Old-Fashioned Love, Chapter 5, A Promise Kept. Windy whistles. Wife and mother. You claimed your wings too early. I looked at the weathered headstone as the two rainbow-hued heads were bowed over the grassy plot, hat held in my hands. Dash didn't know I had forfeited my spot in the competition when Fluttershy had called me. I had been angry up until I saw her hanging in the air, head thrown back as the rain pelted down. Her posture wasn't as proud as it usually was when she indulged in behaviour she enjoyed. She was hunched slightly, probably didn't even realise it herself. She was at odds with herself over something, and I saw her shudder with what had to be a sob. And now we were in Cloudsdale, visiting her ma on her birthday. I looked at the dates, doing some quick maths in my head. Dash must have been just shy of 3 when she passed. She had said the other day she didn't really have any memories of her mum. Backing away a step, I shot off a quick text message. There was something I might need some advice on. So, what's on your mind, AJ? Sunset said as she slipped into the booth of the diner. Dash and her dad, Beau Hot Hoof, were off hobnobbing with relatives at a local bar and grill. I'm a little curious myself, Twilight said. I had a book sortation planned for today, but if it's for a friend, I'm there. I smiled. The Princess Twilight had an excitement for helping that would almost be called zealous. I want to do something for Dash, I started. Today is her mum's birthday. She'd been 40 today. Wait, Twilight said. Don't you mean she's 40 today? I shook my head, Sunset sighing as she realised. Dash's mum passed when we would have been foals. It's probably why she and her dad moved to Canterlot. I nodded. Too many memories, I said, looking the shocked royal in the eyes. But I've met Windy Whistles, she said. I know she's very much alive, if over-enthusiastic. That's why I had Sunset fetch you here, I said. I want you to help in this. And over a cup of coffee, I laid out a plan to them. So, what's this thing we're going to do? Dash asked as we walked to the mirror next day. The sun slowly streaking the sky orange and violet. Twilight didn't say. I edged. I knew I couldn't lie for my life, but I could stretch the truth. Twilight hadn't said anything about this trip. It had all been me. The portal was strange to describe, the twisting and cold feeling of the void contrasting with the warmth of magic. I tumbled out on the other side, feeling the strange sensation of my hat rubbing against my ears and the sudden feel of fur all over. Looking down to see green instead of my usual skin tone took a bit of more even spending these days and not too long ago. Dash popped through and was almost immediately airborne, her wings holding her aloft as she scanned the room, finding it empty. What gives? She muttered. Twilight poked her head into the room. You're early, she said, glancing at the skylight to show the moon slowly rising. If you'll come with me? We followed Twilight to a small sitting room, where Pegasus with a short-cut mane and tail sat, worrying the cuff of her sweater slightly. She turned when she noticed us. Princess? She said, bowing slightly. Thank you for the invite to tea, but I'm... She fell silent as she gazed on Dash. Dash also stared forward for a second. Mum? She whispered, almost not believing it. I was surprised she could make out the connection, seeing as how I could barely recognise Granny Smith off this side. Rainbow? Windy Whistles whispered. Is that you? You look so different. What happened to your mane? I can't explain everything, Twilight said, as she levitated over a tea service and started setting out the sauces. But it might take a bit of suspension of disbelief. Are you sure you have to blank her memory? I asked as Dash talked to her mother. Seems a mite cruel. If word got out to a common pony that there was a magic gateway leading to another world, there'd be mass panic, an urging of either destroying it or doing what must be the name of defending Equestria. she said. Besides, the spell doesn't completely erase memories. They're tied too closely to emotion to be completely dissipated. She's likely to assume it was a pleasant dream. She looks at me. Besides, our Dash already agreed to play along if need be. I know, I grumbled, shifting on my hooves. Why did it feel so much stronger right now? Besides, your Dash will remember this for a long time, Jackie, Twilight said with a smile. My Dash. My Dash. Something about that phrase made me feel giddy. Fluttershy came in and nuzzled against Twilight, wings going out to cover each other. It was a pleasant sight to see. I knew how comforting the feel of those feathers could be. Twilight disengaged herself from her Merifrin's embrace and walked forward slowly. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but it's getting rather late. Dash looked at her, but it was Windy that spoke up. So late already? She exclaimed, as she climbed to her hooves. I must get going. Thank you so much for tea, Princess. As she gave Twilight a hug, the Alcorn's horn lit for a brief few moments. The same colour of her magic surrounded Windy's eyes. When they separated, she seemed unaware of the spell that had been cast on her. She turned to my Dash and pulled her into a firm hug. Always remember, she said, loud enough for all to hear. I'm always proud of you. Just be happy. And then she turned and left, escorted out by Starlight. So, Dash said, looking at her hooves. She's not going to remember me? Twilight shook her head. Not entirely, no, she said softly. She'll likely pass it off as a conversation with her Dash or a dream. Dash seemed satisfied with the answer. At least I got to hear Mum's voice and talk with her for a bit, even if it wasn't exactly my mum. She looked at us, her eyes misting. Thanks, she said, words failing beyond that simple phrase. No need, I said, looking her in the eye. She never needed to say it.